Hello and welcome to this edition of Trojan Talk. I'm Paige Ray. Joining us today is TroyFest co-chair Morgan Drinkard. Morgan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me today.
Of course. Of course, we are talking about TroyFest. Tell me a little bit about what this festival is. I know a lot of our viewers probably have heard of this before.
Yes, this is our 20th year to hold TroyFest on the downtown square in Troy, Alabama, and we are welcoming more than 100 artists to downtown Troy the last weekend of April, and so we are excited about this year's festival.
Yes, and you mentioned artists. These are artists from across the Southeast. I mean, works that you would have to go across state lines to normally see, right?
Yes, this is a juried art show. We have categories of pottery, painting, sculpture, graphics, and functional and traditional craft. And so all of these artists have applied, presented their art, their craft. We've reviewed their process and their methodology and how they create these pieces and accepted them into this show. So this is a real treat to have in our town and in our community.
Absolutely. And this goes on, like you said, downtown Troy, and artists everywhere. It's not just one street. I mean, we wrap around the square. Isn't that right?
That's right. With more than 100 artists this year, our artist gallery is going to be full. And so we're looking forward to our food vendors and to all of the other things that we have with TroyFest. But this artist gallery is going to be packed full of really great artwork.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about those other activities, because there is more than art there. We have food, we have festivities. Can you walk us through that?
Yes. So our festival will open on Saturday, April 29th at 9 a.m. and the festival is free of charge and everyone is welcome. It's a family-friendly event. We will have an entertainment stage with a full lineup of just great music and performers from local entertainment groups, and then the festival will have more than 14 food vendors along with our existing food vendors that are businesses on the downtown square, and so we have something for everyone.
And you mentioned before this interview started, this is a rain or shine event.
Yes.
So come when it's clear, I suppose.
That's right. This festival is rain or shine. So if you see a cloud in the sky, don't deter your plans. You keep heading to TroyFest. If we have inclement weather that would actually provide the necessity to shut down the whole festival, we will post that on our Facebook page. But our artists are here for you to be able to buy their artwork, and they want you to come.
As you mentioned, this is a 2-day event, so you can come both days. There's plenty to see, right?
Yes, many people do come both days, in fact. So our festival will open Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and close on Saturday at 5 p.m. and then open on Sunday, April 30th at 10 a.m. and close at 4 p.m.
Okay, now I know a lot of people know of TroyFest, but they might not know the history. There's a very rich history behind it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, TroyFest is held in memory and honor of artist Jean Lake. She was a folk artist, and this festival was held for many years at the Pike Pioneer Museum before being moved to the downtown square. And so we have artists that have been coming to our festival and also going to very notable art festivals around the Southeast, such as Kentucky and Jazz Fest in New Orleans, who come to Troy, Alabama just because of the history of Jean Lake.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, this is also a really good chance, and correct me if I'm wrong, to support local artists.
Yeah.
It's been a tough couple of years for a lot of people. I assume that those artists are no different.
That's right.
Can you talk about that, how this is such a good opportunity?
Yes, we want you to support the arts, and one of the best ways to support the arts is to bring a checkbook or any form of payment, but it really is. This is their livelihood. I mean, this is their passion, and so buy their art, support them. You can talk with them and hear their stories and form a really great relationship with them, but one of the best ways to show support of the artist is to purchase. And we have items from $5 all the way past, $500 and upwards of $1,500. I mean, there is a large variety of items, but support the artists by purchasing their creations.
Absolutely. And one last thing before we go, where can people go for more information? And also you mentioned, if there are any announcements that need to be made, where can they see those?
Yes, there is a complete artist list on our Facebook page, TroyFest Art and Craft Festival. Also, our website is troyfestarts.com. And both of those places are a really great source of information for real-time updates during the festival.
Well, Morgan, I remember seeing TroyFest and going to experience it myself. It's always a blast, and like we said before, you really have to go through everything.
Yes.
You don't want to miss it. We appreciate you being here to publicize this.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and thank you for joining us on this edition of Trojan Talk.